Ooh. Oh, this is cool. Ooh. Bang. Ooh. Oh. Hello there, I didn't notice you. Hello, SPG and Virtual Jaguars. Hello, my fellow classmates. I am Utkarsh Kumar, and today I'm going to be talking to you about virtual reality. So, the thing that you saw me just do right now was wear a virtual reality headset. This is a virtual reality headset that helps me access virtual reality. It's one of the many forms of virtual reality that are out there, including but not limited to the five main forms of virtual reality. Actually, hold on a second. I think I'm getting far too ahead of myself. Let's start at the beginning. At the beginning of VR. Let us start by talking about what actually is VR. So, let me show you just another small example of VR. So, do you see me? This is my virtual avatar. It is also a form of virtual reality that I have created for myself. It moves based upon how I move, it talks based upon how I talk, and it walks based upon how I walk. I don't have the necessary technology to make anything more than its face and mouth work, but I think you get the gist of it. So, coming back to the real me, hi, let's talk about virtual reality. So, what is virtual reality? Well, virtual reality is the use of computer technology to create a simulated environment that a person can interact with. Unlike a traditional user interference, where VR places put the users inside the simulated reality itself to experience the reality or the environment that the virtual world creates for you. By simulating as many senses as possible, such as sight, smell, feel, etc., the computer shall transform a simple screen into an artificial world that one can interact with. Some examples are, well, there are five main types of virtual reality, and we're going to be talking about all five of them. There are countless many other subdivisions of virtual reality, but they are all still either in development or very, very niche to be mentioned over here. So, what we're going to be talking about are these five main forms of virtual reality. Well, let's get started, shall we? Well, so now, first we're going to be talking about non-immersive virtual reality. Well, what is non-immersive virtual reality? Well, it is right in front of you. It's there in the computer screens that you see right there. A non-immersive virtual reality is a virtual reality experience that you see through the screen where only the sight is stimulated and none of the other senses are even touched upon. Some examples of non-immersive virtual reality are video games, like the video games you play are some of the forms of virtual reality that are non-immersive. You can still interact with them through your avatar, but nothing else is simulated. You control it through clicks of a button, either on your controller, your keyboard, or your mouse, but you do nothing more than that. And that is in non-immersive virtual reality. Now, talking about the second form of virtual reality, can you guess what it is? It is immersive virtual reality. Immersive virtual reality is a virtual reality experience where all five senses are stimulated all at once to give you a perfect virtual environment that is indistinguishable from the real world. Well, at least that's the goal. You currently can't do that properly right now. It is a VR experience where you perceive yourself as being physically present within a non physical reality. You have to wear headsets, you have to wear gloves, you have to wear sensory stimulators for the rest of your bodies. So that you feel the virtual reality experience as being immersive. Some forms of immersive virtual reality are, at least the ones that are able to be as immersive as possible in today's current age, are Half-Life Alyx, Resident Evil 7 VR, and various forms of virtual medical training that are also being provided in today's day and age. So now that we've talked about immersive and non-immersive virtual reality, can you expect or guess the third form of virtual reality out there? Yes, it is semi-immersive virtual reality, aka a hybrid of immersive virtual reality and non-immersive virtual reality. Currently, as we are trying to work towards true immersive virtual reality, we are very much in the stage of semi-immersive virtual reality being a commonplace in the business and the social world. So, semi immersive virtual reality provides their users with an experience that is partially virtual. They give you a partially virtual environment that you can interact with, and it simulates some of your senses, more than one, but not all five either. Some examples for this are medical training, military training. Militaries use semi immersive virtual reality to simulate battlefields and train without getting hurt. You know, if you are training on a virtual reality platform, you can just disable all the pain receptors so that a new trainee can train without the risk of getting hurt, without the fear of getting hurt. Virtual tours are another form of semi immersive virtual reality as well. Now that we've talked about the three forms or the three levels of immersiveness in virtual reality, the three immersive virtual realities, we're going to be talking about two more types of virtual reality, which is kind of non-traditional forms of virtual reality. So, getting to the fourth form of virtual reality, we are going to be talking about augmented reality itself. I know what you're thinking. Augmented reality? A type of virtual reality? Well, let me explain. Augmented reality is a form of virtual reality. Why? Because many people don't know, but augmented reality itself is virtual reality because the core concepts of augmented reality and virtual reality are the same. The ability of augmented reality to place entities virtually in an environment, whether it be a fake virtual environment or a real environment, causes people to debate whether to put augmented reality within virtual reality itself. Now that we've talked about the four forms of virtual reality, let's get to the fifth and final version. It is called collaborative virtual reality. Can you guys guess again? What is collaborative virtual reality? It is the classroom through which you are watching my video. It is all the Zoom, it is all the Skypes, it's all the forms of video-based communication out there that are collaborative virtual realities, because we are all coming together in a virtual environment to talk with each other, to communicate with each other, to learn from each other. Whether it be a 2D environment, such as in all the virtual meeting softwares that we are using like Skype or Zoom or ELO or whatever, it is a form of collaborative virtual reality. Whether we use a 3D virtual environment for our virtual reality, for our communication, such as in all the MMO games out there, such as in IMVU, League of Legends, Elder Scrolls Online, it is also a form of collaborative virtual reality. So now that we have talked about virtual reality in the past and the present, we are going to be looking forward towards the future. But we are going to be looking forward towards the future in virtual reality itself. But to go towards the future, we must first go towards the past once more. If we take lessons from history, After the most fatal pandemic, aka the Black Death, came the Renaissance, marking the transition from Middle Ages to modernity. Most business people, directors, game designers, software engineers, etc., have had the opportunity to take a break and reflect about the future due to the COVID pandemic. It is sensible to expect a huge improvement in virtual reality, not despite the pandemic, but because of it. Half Life Alex had nearly 1 million additional connected VR headsets over the course of a month after the pandemic surged. The global marketing value of VR just for entertainment is expected to reach $48 billion by 2026. Human civilization was relatively unchanging in its first 198,000 or so years. Progress was slow, and people living thousands of years apart would have similar lifestyles. This all changed with the advent of the first industrial revolution. In a span of only 260 or so years after the first industrial revolution, we've had three more revolutions. Altogether, already four more industrial revolutions than humanity's first 198,000 years. Humanity will see itself change even more in the next few decades via a conglomeration of virtual reality, augmented reality, and mixed reality called extended reality. The most popular companies right now propelling virtual reality into the future are Sony with their PSVR, Oculus with their Rift and Quest VR product lines, Valve Index, the HTC Vive, etc. In less than 10 years, though, the market is expected to bring out an affordable enough product to encompass all the three realities and become an extended reality product. In May 2020, Qualcomm announced their plans to collaborate with 15 global companies to develop an extended reality viewer as part of their 5G offerings. Even Nvidia has rolled out their Cloud XR service to stream extended reality to any open VR, AR, or MR application. VR users are so vast that they may be considered unlimited. Walmart has trained over 1 million associates of theirs via virtual reality. Academic findings generally support the equivalence of VR training to face training, and the economic savings of VR or the decreased amount of time needed to train with VR compared to traditional techniques. VR's users are so vast that they may just be considered unlimited. Walmart has trained over 1 million associates of theirs via VR. Academic findings generally support the equivalence of VR training to face training, and the economic savings of VR or the decreased amount of time needed to train with VR compared to traditional techniques and larger applications of this academic research echo these trends. Statistics from an American national survey are showing that 90% of US educators are open to teaching via VR, and they agree that virtual technology is an effective way of providing differentiated and personalized experiences for students. Studies also confirm that over 97% of current students have actually voted that they would attend a class with virtual reality. VR can help students focus by removing unnecessary distractions. It can remove the language barrier for communications by translation and automatic subtitling. And it can focus on practicing in the virtual environment, something we cannot do in the real world so willy nilly. Virtual reality and extended reality was already en route to becoming the future itself, but the COVID pandemic has sped up people's hopes, expectations, and hard work for this industry. By 2030, the extended reality market is expected to reach 1,274 billion US dollars. So, as you can see, the world is moving forward with virtual reality. Whether you move forward with it or not is your choice. But who knows? Someday your kids might be giving a presentation just like I am right now, but obviously in a much better quality. I hope that this presentation has been useful to you and that you have been able to grasp some knowledge about virtual reality from it. Thank you so much. The end.